Hello yogi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Jill Baird and today we have a very fun, playful, Halloween themed Vinyasa yoga flow. For this practice, all you need is a mat with some space around you so that you can lift a leg up and move your arms off to the side. If you have blocks, go ahead and grab your blocks. They will be optional in a few places. I love blocks. They help me feel safer and more stable in my postures. I know a lot of times people think of blocks as a crutch when actually they are very much a tool for progressing your practice. Okay friends, when you're ready, go ahead and meet me standing at the top of your mat. You can kind of sway from side to side. Just find a spot, probably feet about hip width distance apart here to start. Close your eyes and bring your thumbs to heart center. And we're just going to take a few moments here to create some separation from what has come before in the day, from what is going to happen for the next 30 minutes on this mat. So think of it as a little vacation. Your mat is like a little island where you come to be quiet and practice and connect back to yourself so that you can go back out into the world and be the best version of yourself that you can be. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose, drag that breath all the way down into your belly, and with an open mouth, exhale, empty it out completely. Again, deeper, fuller inhale, drawing in even more breath than you did the first time. And a louder, longer, open mouth. Exhale, relax your shoulders down away from your ears as you let the breath go. Let's take one more cleansing breath, deepest, fullest inhale yet today, dragging in some sunshine or goodness or something positive from around you. And an open mouth, exhale, let it go. And along with the breath, let go of any doubt, fear, any negativity. Just let it be. Just let it wait for you after the practice. Go ahead and blink your eyes open, seal your lips closed. And on an inhale, circle sweep those arms overhead. We're going to call this full moon pose. And on an exhale, palms pressed together. Quarter moon, stretching over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, quarter moon to the right. Pull the thumbs back, chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale through center. Give your quadriceps a squeeze. And as you exhale, scarecrow. Pull your elbows down into your side body. Inhale, Tadasana, tall mountain. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend your knees, hinge at your hips, bring your fingertips to the mat, and if it feels good to use, straighten into your legs or keep them bent. Plant your palms, step your left foot and then your right foot back into a high plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale with control, hug those elbows into the side body, lower all the way down, untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Press the tops of your feet, tops of your thighs into the mat. Gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dogs. Hips up and back. Generous bend in the knees to start, creating a lot of length in the upper body. Begin to straighten into the legs, lifting the back of your hips up to the spot where the wall and the ceiling meet behind you. And keeping your knees as bent as they need to be here. There's no prize for forcing your heels down to the ground. As a matter of fact, a lot of times when we force our heels down to the ground, we injure ourselves, which is quite the opposite of a prize. Press your belly back towards your thighs, lengthen the crown of your head so that your ears come away from your shoulders. And inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step right foot, then left, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, hips draw back, chest lengthens forward. Exhale, fold, and inhale, rise up, tall mountain, full moon. Bring the fingertips to touch. Exhale, quarter moon, stretching up and over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, quarter moon to the right. Almost thinking about using your right hand to pull your left fingers over. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, scarecrow. Pull the elbows down into the side body. Inhale, fingertips reach towards the ceiling, and exhale, Uttanasana. So the chest lengthens forward as the hips lengthen back, belly melts towards the thighs. Inhale, half lift, flat back, like you're peeking out over an imaginary cliff. Exhale, plant your palms, right foot, then left, step back to high plank. You can lower to your belly, or you can join me in chaturanga. Hug the elbows into the side body, pull them back towards your heels. Inhale, upward facing dog, gaze forward, and exhale, downward facing dog. Spread your collarbone or your shoulders to the wide edges of your torso, and then relax them down your back, away from your ears. Gaze back between your feet or up towards your belly button. And exhale, step left foot, then right, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, open your collarbones, hug your shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, fold, and inhale, root to rise, full moon. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, quarter moon, side body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, quarter moon to the other side. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, scarecrow. Inhale, tall mountain. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. This time we're going to come into some spider planks. So corkscrew your palms into the mat like you're screwing jar lids into the mat. Press into the fingertips and the knuckles. And then exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, back to plank. And let's move with your breath here. And if it's too much to be up on your toes, you can come down to your knees and tap knee to elbow. Elbow to knee. It would be something to tap knee to elbow. All right, let's do one more each side. And then go ahead and come down to your knees. And then just take your palms back towards your knees here, just a little stretch for the wrists. Maybe you wag your tail side to side here. And then go ahead and bring your fingertips back to face the front of the mat. And let's flow through some cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Here we're going to call it werewolf, howling at the moon. And exhale, channel your Halloween scaredy cat. Lift that back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, howl at the moon. And exhale, arch. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale as you howl at the moon. Spread your collarbones wide. And exhale as you come into that cat. Maybe gaze up towards your belly button or back between your legs. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Let it feel good. And exhale, cat. All right, coming back to neutral. Walk your palms out about a palm's distance from where they were. Tuck your toes, press your hips back towards your heels, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take some pedals here. Let's take this dog for a walk. Bending deeply into one knee as the other heel comes to the mat, and then switching it out. All the while imagining pressing that mat forward and away from you and broadening the upper back. On an inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step your feet behind your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull your belly button back towards your spine, hollow your low belly. Exhale, fold, and inhale, Utkatasana chair pose, sitting down into that imaginary chair, pressing your shins back, your bum back, And then extend your arms out in front of you, and we're gonna call this witch on a broom. So your witch can hold the broom with both of her hands, or you can keep one hand in front and swim the other hand back like the brush on the broom, lifting that pinky to engage the tricep. And then let's switch it out. So now she's gonna grab with the other hand as the broom brush is switched. And then just flowing with your breath. And really thinking about lifting the back pinky to engage the tricep. And then squeeze your buns here. Make your low body work. Your core should be working. As a matter of fact, we should probably be shaking. Let's do one more each side. Keep that witch flying on her broom. And then bring both hands forward and then surrender, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back. And we're gonna flow through your vinyasa, whether that is chaturanga or all the way down to your belly, and then upward facing dog, or cobra, downward facing dog. Ground your left foot. Inhale, right leg lifts straight back out of the right hip. Flex the toes back towards the knee and lift from the inseam of that leg. Squeeze your glute. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to nose. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, tiger pose. Really channel that cat pose. Inhale. Exhale, tiger pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Spin the back foot flat and come up into warrior 2. So in that warrior 2, just kind of moving around here, finding whatever feels good. And we're gonna call these bat wings here in our warrior 2. We're gonna press our palms down like we're pressing onto a shelf. Flip the front palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. We're gonna do a little dance here. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring the elbow to the inside of the knee. The left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. And now we're gonna straighten into the knee, coming into triangle. I'm gonna call it candy corn. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior 2. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Flip the palm, walk the fingertips down the back leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Lengthen out of the side body. Reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, triangle, straightening into the right leg. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior 2. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, chest lifting up towards the ceiling. Inhale, triangle. Stay for the exhale. And then you can inhale up to a reverse triangle, or you can grab one of your blocks, and we're going to come into half moon here. So bring the block out about 6 inches from the right foot, 6 to 12 inches. Bend into the right knee, and then straighten, lifting the left leg so that you're stacking your hips on top of each other. Woo, press that right big toe into the mat, squeeze the right quadricep and glute, and then lift the left foot a little higher. And you're either looking out in front of you, or if you really want to challenge, look off to the side. Woo! And then whether you're in reverse triangle or half moon, we're all gonna come down, woo, back to warrior 2, windmill the palms to the mat, and then flow through your vinyasa. Chaturanga, and then upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. All right, right leg grounds. Inhale, lift the left leg, flex the toes, lift through the back of the leg, squeeze the glute. And exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Lift it up into your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to nose. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tiger pose. Lift the spot between the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale. Left foot between the hands. Spin the right foot flat. And come up into your warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. And imagine that you're pulling that front heel back as you're pulling the back arch forward. And notice how that turns on the inner leg. So you've got a firm base here. Now imagine that you have a little piece, a little treat, something back there between your shoulder blades. Snuggle them in towards one another, but relax them at the same time. Extend those bat wings and gaze out over the left fingertips. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to the inside of the knee, right fingertips lift. Inhale, triangle, straightening into that left leg. Exhale, and then inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. So think about the right ribs peeling back, left ribs spiraling under. Inhale, triangle pose. You could also use that block on the outside of the leg. Stay here. And then on your next inhale, come up, reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two, last time. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Use that elbow to guide the knee open. Inhale, triangle pose. And then you're either going to come back into your reverse triangle, or if you want to play with half moon, go ahead and bend into that left knee, grab a block, bring it to whichever height you feel is best, about 6 inches outside in front of that left foot, and then spring up, and then use that top glute, the right glute, to lift your right hip on top of your left. And I like to keep a bend in my supporting knee here. I feel like it's just much safer in my body. It's something I invite you to test out, because like I said, there's no prize in forcing anything or doing what you think it needs to look like. And sometimes you'll hear yoga teachers tell you, straighten this, straighten that. And well, that doesn't work in all of our bodies. So my goal anytime you're practicing with me is to figure out what does work in your body. So lift just a little bit higher. Woo, shaking. And then with control, we're gonna all meet in warrior two. Nice job, guys. Windmill the palms. And we're going to flow through a vinyasa. Keep that gaze forward, not howling at the moon in an upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. And we're gonna take a fun little down dog variation. So I like to walk my feet a little bit wider here. And it's just down dog with a twist. So you're gonna bring your right hand to your left shin or ankle. You're gonna press that left hand forward and away, and you're gonna gaze underneath the left armpit. And I'm gonna call this one another werewolf variation. Get it? Down dog with a twist. A dog with a little bit of a twist. Inhale, shift forward. Okay, no one else? Exhale. The werewolf on the other side. Left palm comes to the right shin or ankle. Press the mat away, lift the hips and gaze underneath the right shoulder. All right, come back to downward facing dog. And you're gonna walk your feet through to a seat. Grab a sip of water if you need. We're gonna do a little bit of core work here. I heard a really funny one the other day. Why don't monsters eat ghosts? Because they taste like sheep. If you have any other Halloween jokes or any puns in general, please send them my way. If you can't tell the way I just started smiling, they make my day. Go ahead and roll back onto your back with control and come into like a reverse tabletop pose here. So shins are parallel to the mat, low back pressing into the mat, fingertips over the shoulders, and we're gonna come into some dead bugs. So inhale, extend right arm and left leg, exhale through center, and then inhale, switch it out. Exhale to come up, and you can lift head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Makes it a little bit more challenging. Just make sure that you're using your exhale and that contraction of the core to come through center. You don't have to move at the same pace I'm moving. You're moving with your own breath. It is, after all, your practice. Let's do one more each side. And then come to center, hug your knees in, and let's stir the pot. Imagine you're that witch brewing her brew in her cauldron. And then stir the pot to the opposite side. And then come back to center and extend your legs out long. So bring your feet towards the wider edges of the mat, and then bring your fingertips back up over your shoulders. We're gonna come into some coffin sit-ups or roll-ups. They're just like Pilates roll-ups. Exhale, lift, come upright, and then inhale, create that C curve, tuck your tailbone under, and come back down. And let's just do 2 more of those. So why do we work our core in yoga? Well, for a multitude of reasons. Number 1 being that all of the postures in yoga require a lot of core strength. Number 2, a strong core is important. It's imperative. It's a non-negotiable part of posture. And when we have good posture, we have good self-confidence, right? It's kind of like one leads into the other. So those are just 2 very basic reasons why core is good for us. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest, curl up into a little pumpkin, a little ball, and then rock and roll the length of your spine about 3 times. Cross your ankles, and we're gonna flow through a vinyasa here. Pin those elbows into the side, hover your chest. Up dog, and then down dog. What's up, dog? And then just take about 3 breaths in this down dog to find any movement again that feels good to you. Maybe it feels good to bend both knees. Notice that length you create in the upper body, and keep it as you work the legs towards straight. Gaze back towards your feet, and then step your feet out to the wide edges of the mat, and walk your feet or your fingertips back towards your feet. So heels in, toes out, coming down into Malasana. Today we're going to call this spider pose. You can stay here, pressing your elbows into your knees, knees back into elbows. If crow pose is in your practice and you'd like to take a crow, what bird is more Halloween-like than a crow? You go ahead and take a crow. If you'd like to play around a little bit in this spider pose, just go ahead and bring each arm underneath the elbow. You can feel a nice deep stretch here as you rest your hips on your triceps. And if you did that and it doesn't feel good to you, go ahead and come back to center. You could even take a twist here, reaching open. So hopefully if you're playing around with your crow, you're having a fun little crow party. And whenever you're done, you can either come into Malasana, so pressing that left tricep into the knee and the knee into the tricep. I really feel this stretch in my low back, my QL muscles. It feels so good to twist like this. And then wherever you're at, whatever pose you chose to take, Let's all go ahead and come into a child's pose, something we have not yet done today, and I feel like my yoga practice is not complete without a child's pose. It is so grounding, and it also just feels so good in so many parts of the body. And if you'd like to, go ahead and walk your hands over to the left, so left ribs are going to come against the left inner thigh. And then I want you to think about pressing your left palm away with your right. So your right hand is on top of your left, and then just press that right palm forward in a way like you were trying to move that left palm on the mat. And I just feel this delicious, yummy stretch underneath my, in my lat when I do that on the right side. And then go ahead and walk the hands through center. And then we'll take them over to the other side. Same thing, bring your left hand on top of your right. Drop the left armpit down, and then just imagine that you're pressing that hand forward and away. And oh my goodness, I feel such a good opening in my left side body. And then go ahead and come back through center. Come up to your knees or your toes if you want one more little upper body work, and we're going to come down to our front body. Go ahead and extend your arms out like a T, and we're going to roll onto our right side, bending that left knee, and then imagining that you're bringing that left heel towards your right hand. So it's a really deep twist for the low back. You can also lift the left hand and bring it back in the direction of the right, which is a deep shoulder opener on that right side. And this is called Iron Cross, so it makes me think of like the, the creepy priest in the Halloween horror movies. And then go ahead and come back onto your belly. You can bring your forehead to the mat. This is also a really nice grounding posture here, this reverse Savasana. You can always bring your arms down by your side. So anytime you're feeling stressed out, this is a nice place to come. And then we're going to come over onto our left side, bend that right knee, and think about bringing the right heel in the direction of the left hand. Obviously, mine is not even close, but I do feel this awesome stretch all around this portion of my low back. And then if you want a deeper shoulder stretch on the left, you're going to bring that right hand up and back. Now, I have seen people who have such open shoulders that they can bring that right hand back to meet the left. I, friends, am not one of those people, but that's okay. Still keep practicing it. It still feels good to me. And then go ahead and come back carefully onto your belly. And then if you want, you can make a little pillow with your hands and just kind of windshield wiper those legs from side to side. Maybe even rock your forehead side to side on your hands. And then we're just going to turn over onto our backs, and let's go ahead and come into a dead bug pose. So bring the soles of your feet together and reach for the outer edges of your feet. Bring your elbows to the insides of your knees, and then open up into this dead bug. So it is that Malasana spider squat that we took, but on our back, right? So if you think about it, your feet theoretically imaginatively stepping onto the ceiling into a deep squat here. So think about keeping your low back on the mat, and if that means you have to bring your hands to your shins or you have to bring your hands to your thighs to keep your low back on the mat, go ahead and do it, and then just rock side to side in that happy baby. And if there are any other postures that you feel like you need to take, please take them. Otherwise, join me in curling up into this tight, tiny little pumpkin pose here. Bringing your forehead to your knees, knees to your forehead. Deepest inhale you've taken today. And the loudest, longest open mouth exhale as you surrender into Shavasana. So corpse pose Heels towards the wide edges of the mat. Give a little press into the back of your head. Snuggle your shoulder blades in towards one another.